Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft, and we are back here in Stranglethorn Vale. We're going to continue doing some leveling up. I have all and every intention to complete, I'd say most of the quest lines here in Stranglethorn, and so yeah, with that said, we're going to crack on doing some leveling and get some more levels. Hopefully we are very close to leveling up and getting another level. There are quite a few quests that I still need to finish, so I'm waiting for a creature to spawn here that we need to do for a mission Jesus Christ for a quest line. So apparently it's likely to spawn here, but once we do that we can move on to the next quest lines. So it's really interesting location. I guess I'm just trying to keep myself entertained here. We are looking for one of the creatures that is meant to, like I said, spawn here. This isn't, I don't know, I don't think it's an elite or whatnot, but we'll see what we get. So I'm just trying to basically kind of get a good view of the area and just kind of scan around. Don't think it, I'm just on the principle of it doesn't spawn here exactly here, or it may spawn in a slightly different area. So I guess I've got the height advantage for that. I don't really know, to be honest, how the spawning mechanics works for certain in World of Warcraft nowadays. If it's different, if it's like going to spawn in different locations or whatnot. But I think I am roughly in the right area, so I just keep checking to see what we have around. It does seem like someone must have been here. Now, this is what's nice about World of Warcraft, personally speaking. I like the fact that it is a live game, especially the classic, and it seems to be a lot of a or a big player base, I should say, where there are a lot of fans of classic. So that's kind of good. It's very active. There's a lot of people here that do seem to enjoy this. Now, I don't know if the people that play classic also play retail and whatnot. I guess some might do, some might just be fans of classic. Me personally speaking, I don't really know much about retail. I do like classic though. Classic is something that's quite nice, and personally, so far, I have enjoyed the difficulty of classic. I mean, I have had secretly some moments that I suppose found frustrating, to be fairly honest, but that is what the game comes with, and this is what we were looking for. We were looking for Sindal, and as you saw right there, he didn't spawn on the hill, but being on the hill gave us the height advantage to kind of scout out the area and of course see him. Now, he is higher level than us, but we should be able to take him if I carefully manage my mana, really. Alright, I'm just being careful here with my resources and stuff. And of course my health. Don't really want to mistime this. Take a good time to heal right now. As you can see, he does do quite a bit of damage, and of course he does also cause our cast bar to basically go back on itself, which can be a bit challenging. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to try and get some more quests completed before we go anywhere. I'm just trying to make a decision as where best to go right now, and then just go with that, really. Alright, there we go. Careful, we don't want to yeah, we don't want to take any fall damage. So this is one of the things I need to complete. I feel a bit more confident when dealing with these guys. I could probably deal with two of them at the same time. Now, that is what a level or two can make as different, to be fairly honest. So we'll see if we can pull these guys out and start kind of just dealing with them. I still have the pages of Stranglethorn to complete. That is a quest chain, or it's basically multiple quests that amount to a final quest, basically. So I'm just trying to find what is the best way to pull these dudes. Sadly, I'm going to have to kill quite a few of these guys just to create a path to where I need to be. But we can manage it. And as you can see, right now, compared to the troll that we're fighting, we're actually not taking that much damage. And I can also be... Well, no, right, we're taking damage, but we're not taking as much damage as we used to. I can also be conservative with my mana and actually take quite a few of these guys before I need to top up on health and mana. So that is one of the things. Even when they enrage, it's not all that bad. So, of course, we put a stun on this guy because he is a bit annoying. That fire does do quite a bit of damage. So this is the Blood Scalp Shaman. Now he rages. So that means, of course, his damage will be increased. I think it's time we give ourselves a heal. And probably top up on mana as well, just in case things go wrong. I could probably take another one quite easily without actually dying, but the risk here is, whilst I fight that one, another one will spawn, which then is not really a good place to be. So I don't really want to make that mistake. Alrighty. Let's see how I'm going to pull these guys out. So there's this guy that wanders. I can deal with him. Right, we're going to have to line of sight this dude. We don't want to fight him there. He's too close to friends. There we go. Perfect. That should give me plenty of space to cope with whatever he'll throw at me. I've got plenty of mana and generally resources. I just like the fact now that it's really not all that difficult anymore. It's yeah, it's quite important. It's amazing how much just a level can make when you're quested. Now, do bear in mind that when I started here, to some extent, I did start, I suppose, under-leveled, which is nice and challenging both at the same time, if that makes sense. It's nice that you get more XP, but it makes the fights a bit more challenging. Okay. So I guess with that, what I was trying to say is some people will try to basically come here with one or probably two more levels more than I would have had. See if we can line aside them around here, this building. So I did manage to pull one of them. Now, in there is an item that I need to interact with as a part of a quest. I did try this a couple of episodes back. And I kept going around in circles trying to get into it. But I think this time around, well, I'm a lot more confident in my ability to try and manage these guys. And what I noticed right now, straight off the bat, although they are quite closely clumped together, I can actually just aggro one at a time. Whereas before, if I would have tried to have done this, for some odd reason, although I would have aggroed one character, that character would have aggroed other characters here in this area. So that's quite interesting how the leveling up mechanics or the level mechanics actually work with regards to pulling enemies. Now, what I'm worried about there is the Blood Shaman pulling the Bloodcap Warrior. So I'll see if I can pull this guy. I think I should be able. The tablet's right behind the three Bloodcap, well, two Bloodcap Warriors and Bloodcap Shaman. So that line of three characters at the back, that's where I need to be. I've now had some mana restored just because I worry that I might potentially pull two of them instead of one. And really, I want to be fighting these guys one at a time. I mean, it's just the safest option, really, to be honest. But it is nice to be getting, I suppose, closer and closer with each passing day towards level 40. I feel like it's quite cool, quite an achievement. And from this point forward, I guess, every level that I gain starts feeling more and more like an achievement. Alrighty, there we go. Let's get some health going. I'm using the Flash of Light because it generates a decent amount of health, but uses very little mana or less mana than the other heal, which is kind of good. Right, we've got the shaman, so we've more or less kind of started to clear out the area. Dude, that does so much damage. Whereas before, yeah, as I said, this wasn't really an option. If I would have tried to pull this Bloodcap Shaman, I would have probably have pulled the Blood Scalp Warrior as well with it, which really is not the way we want to proceed. Let's get some health going on here. So now, by my calculations, I should, in theory, be able to pull 2 and deal with it, but I'm going to top up on mana just in case, because right now, what the risk is that as I pull, I will probably get something respawn on top of me, which really could complicate our life quite a bit. Oh, that worked out. See, there we go. We pulled 2 of them, which is annoying, but we can deal with. And I guess I might as well use the grenades that we got from a quest, because they are helpful actually. They do quite a bit of damage. And if I save them up for later, when we're fighting things that are a bit more difficult, that damage won't really be helpful to me. There we go. 1 down. We still have 1 more to go. Got plenty of heals that I can use from various sources. And yeah, I keep thinking. I think what I'm going to do is when I get to a certain level, maybe 50-ish, I'll put out a poll on the channel and ask what character to create next. I'm thinking if I go with a spellcaster, or a ranged spellcaster, that would be kind of cool. Although, to be honest, the shaman kind of is tempting, as well as a druid, to be honest. But I'm also thinking about mages and or a mage and a warlock. And what's cool about stuff like that, if I'm going to go for a mage or a warlock, I will probably go with, I don't know if it's necessarily beneficial for a mage, but with a warlock, for example, a warlock would definitely benefit from alchemy, I feel, just because of how he or the character manages their health and mana. So right here, folks, as you can see, we have pretty much mowed down all these dudes, and we are now more or less in a situation where I can actually access the tablet and just have 1 more shaman to deal with. Should not be too much of a difficulty, or shouldn't challenge us too much unless things go terribly wrong, but I don't see how that would happen. I guess the game crashing is always an option, and then by the time I log back in, things that will have spawned back on. That's always a thing. So he has to hope. And I thought there for a second that he aggroed onto us. It wouldn't have made much sense as to why he would have aggroed onto us from that distance. But yeah, when he put that spell on himself, I thought genuinely that he aggroed onto us. So that's the tablet right there that we need. And then we're pretty much done with this area, and we can move on to the next zone. Alright, grab all this. Pick this up. I don't know why I didn't do it the first time. I guess I didn't know. It's just one of those things. It's sad, but oh, there we go. Things have started to respawn. We don't really want to fight him if... Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. Let's just pull him out here where it's not... well, we're not in the danger zone. And things are not likely to spawn on top of us. I can deal with you. I didn't want to, but you wanted to fight us, so, you know, Shammy was keen on the fight. There we go. We've got him stunned, and down he goes. We are pretty bad with health and mana at the moment, but that's fine. So we've got a couple of more tablets to deal with. I think this one's going to be a bit of a challenge. Alright, let me just kind of be careful here. We don't want to get dazed and knocked off our mount. That would terribly suck for us. Alright, who's that? Nice dwarf there fighting a panther. There you go. There's your buff. There's my good deed for the day. Might as well top up on some mana here as well. And that's just because I don't know what I'm going to be dealing with as soon as I hit the next area of quests. Right, so this is where things get a bit interesting. Now, as I remember it, there's a ruin that we have to go through that contains many trolls. And if I remember this correctly, it did present somewhat of a challenge. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see what we're up against when we get there and how I'm going to deal with it, because I do want to complete it. So is this what we want? Okay. So that's the path there, but if we're going to go down the path, or up the path really, we're going to have to do some fighting. I want to see if anybody's cleared it out. If it's cleared out, then we can actually just use what other people have done. It does appear to be cleared out somewhat, so I'm just going to use this to my advantage. That dude just spawned on top of me. So I'm trying to decide at what point do I start fighting these guys, because what I don't want to happen is I don't want to find myself surrounded by trolls or in a situation where okay, yeah, in a situation where I'm basically surrounded and in a lot of trouble. So there are 2 of those tablets to interact with. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down this way towards the mountains and then take a right. Seems like somebody else thought this idea as well. We can see loads of dead trolls. I don't know if they made it to where they want to, or if they respawned or what. But I think this is the best way of sort of dealing with this one. And similar as before, we're going to have to pull them one at a time, carefully and cautiously, and just really try and get to that tablet just like we did before. Alright, we've got patrols incoming. The question I've got now is, are these guys going to follow or come down the path that I'm going? Gonna have to pull this dude far away. That is not what I wanted. That was exactly what I wanted to avoid. So that guy that was killing me or shooting at me has, never mind, he's healed. We are in not a good position. Right, okay, I can deal with this guy without a problem. So yeah, what happened there? I'm not sure if he actually respawned or this guy is part of the patrol or whatnot. But the shaman mystic, I saw a staff on him, and I remember that we fought a shaman, so I just called him a shaman automatically. But he pulled another troll, so that's kind of what I was avoiding, trying to at least. Okay, and I'm gonna have to do a bit of healing here. Gonna stick to the flash of light heals just because they consume less mana, and it just feels like I have more mana. Plus, it's a little backup thing, just keeps me out of trouble really. And what I mean by that is simply by having some mana, I can actually use some spells to get myself out of trouble. We've got 2 of these dudes right now, so this could potentially be interesting. I want to pull this guy. But I'm going to have to pull them away. Don't know if I can fight both of them at the same... Yeah, okay, never mind. That kind of sucks. I'm not sure if I would have pulled the other one if I didn't walk into this guy. But I should, by my calculations, be able to deal with both of them at the same time. And we got another wanderer coming towards us. This could potentially suck for me. Oh no, he's turning back. That's fine. So the mystics can heal. Luckily for me, he's used up his mana. And I've nearly used up mine. But yeah, there we go. We are actually not far from leveling up. And once we get that level, that should give us a bit of helping hand, if that makes sense. I didn't know how to word this, but yeah, it would definitely help us with taking these guys down. It's amazing how much just one level can make in terms of making a difference. There we go. We got some pages for the Stranglethorn pages quest, so we gotta go get these two things here. Once we're out of here, we can then basically go around this way and then deal with these down here. But these are 38. Not that I'm not confident with them. I should be able to deal with it. We are kind of slowly creeping towards the 40 region. Alright, I'm having a look at the map here. And trying to plot a course. Okay. I guess you weren't going to let me have a closer look without picking a fight with me. Blood scalp. Scout. That's what we're dealing with. A blood scalp scout. I am getting decent XP from killing the NPCs around here, so that is actually quite nice to see. So now I need to figure out where that tablet is. Kind of get a line of sight on it just to not sort of know where I'm going. I'm going to try and pull these guys out separately. Okay, try and break line of sight here. Get him to come around the corner because we do not want to fight him there. And this is one of the little frustrating things about World of Warcraft is sometimes walls are just a part of a figment of your imagination. They're not really there. So trying to use walls to break line of sight doesn't always work. They can actually shoot through walls, which I find a bit frustrating. They should get that sorted, in my opinion. That shouldn't really be a case. Alright. I mean, it's not that it's not doable. It's just a case of I wish that a wall was actually a wall where they couldn't shoot through it. And that it would actually break line of sight. I'm not sure what the problem is with making it work that way. So again, we're going to have to pull this guy out of there and fight him in an open area. We're going to have to start moving mighty quick. There you go. As you can see, he's actually casting spells through walls. And I find it annoying. I want to kind of pull him closer out here. Then I'd rather him be out here than in there, just because we also have some patrols, and we don't want the patrols aggroing onto me through him, basically. That's what I'm trying to avoid. There we go. We also have the Blood Rage coming on. I think that's what it is that he's casting. Where, of course, he increases his damage. Alright. Get a flash of light going on here. Alright, what have we got here? What am I dealing with? How am I going to manage this? Okay. Can I get that scout? That's what I'm after. That's it. That's it. We just got the scout. That is perfect. I can deal with you. And in case you try and run off, I can also stun you. Hopefully you don't run off and aggro all the other ones there. That would not be a good day for me. I'm looking at my XP bar and just getting really excited now with how close I am to leveling up. I reckon one or two more of these dudes should bring us to the next level. Now, of course, doing the Scarlet Monastery dungeons did help. So I'm grateful for that. Got two of them there, one there, three of them actually. Those guys are really tight, really close. I don't know. This might be a case where I have to run off. Can I pull that guy? Come on, please. I'm just going to start running because I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, right. We've got patrol. Oh, we got all three of them. So we're going to have to get them to drop aggro on us because it's one too many. I could probably just about manage that, but I don't want to chance it. And yeah, I'm going to have to look for another way of dealing with it. So my thought here is try and get these guys, this wandering scout here, this hunter. Oh, we've got 2 hunters. Oh, for God's sakes. I'm going to have to fight 2 of them. Oh. Yeah, okay, that sucks. I can deal with 2. And then that leaves the 3 NPCs to deal with. Really hate it when I do this. There we go. Let me get close to you. I got a little something to tell you. And it goes like this. Okay, I was hoping that I'd get him, the other one that's further out, but nope. He's like right on the edge of that spell that I cast, so there's no point. There we go, there's my level. So now, with the added level, I should be able to deal with all 3 of them and have them all clumped together as well. So it'll be a bit of a push, but as you can see, the tablet's right behind the one in the middle. Of course, I'm not going to be able to interact with the tablet. It does have a cast bar before we can actually kind of fully complete it, so we're going to have to get through them. But now, with 1 level added to our levels, or under our belt really, plus everything else, I think I should be able to deal with all 3 of them. Although, I think it'll be a bit of a tight one, to be honest. So I'm going to heal up. I'm going to get some mana going here, because we're going to need it. And yeah, the tablet's right there. You just saw it basically highlight. I'm trying to think what would be best to go for first. Let's get this buff going. We do want to regen some mana here. We're gonna need it. So I'm thinking I'll go for the Mystic. The Hunter has that thing where he nets and then runs off. I'm gonna use some grenades here just to make a bit of a difference. Ooh, that made such a big difference right there. That made a big difference in terms. I mean, it did a lot of damage really. Kind of worked out for me. So one other thing is, I'm taking a lot of damage from 3 NPCs right now, so I need to manage both my mana and health. The Mystic, of course, also has that 1 heal that is really annoying, and so really complicates my life. Now this should become a little bit easier. I'm just gonna deal with the Scout and then Hunter last. Try and damage the Hunter from afar if I can. Get some health going. It's gonna be tight. So I've already run out of mana. But we are in a good position. I still have a couple of things I could probably use if I needed to. I think I should be alright. Right, pull you out here. Do a little runner. Try and break aggro. Oh shoot, the dog. Never mind. Okay, things have spawned back on. Right, if I can get here quick enough, I can probably deal with the hunter. To be honest, I could have bubbled there, but I don't think it would have made much of a difference. What I do like about the Paladin's bubble, though, it's time-based. So it gives you protection for a specific amount of time. I don't really think damaging it will make it disappear quicker, to be honest, at least as I understand it. But I don't think it would have helped me much more because I would have aggroed the patrol and everything else. So yeah, I'm just going to have to be careful with regards to how I respawn back in. Sadly, ended up with the death, but there were 3 of them that we were dealing with. And if I just had some more mana, I could have definitely have dealt with it. Now, in fairness, I was taking 3 times the damage. So, you know, I guess we did bite off a bit more than we could chew. Saying that, though, I don't really know if there was any other way around it. We don't have proper stuns or crowd control like other classes. We do have a little bit of a stun, but that's like 3-4 seconds. Not nearly enough for us to make much use of it. So, yeah. I suppose, if I think about it, I did fare decently okay against the whole situation. I need to find a quick path up there. I want to try and get to where I was before things really spawn back in. And that's a challenge right there. Okay, we're just gonna stick to this bit of a hill kind of zone. So I'm just trying to size up where to respawn. Okay, we've got the patrol there. We're gonna try and avoid that. Someone's already clearing out whatever I left, which is going to come in handy, to be honest. Just means less fighting for me. But if I can get there... Luckily, we're not racing for kills or items that drop off of them. Hopefully, I do not fall off the edge. So, I'm just going to quickly... Alright, we got this dude. I would have liked... Okay, never mind. Well, I guess I should thank this Warlock, because, yeah, might as well help him. I mean, we pulled aggro on this guy, so... I'll give him a hand. Here comes a heal. And quickly interact with the tablet, give you a buff. And a heal. There's your buff for the day. And, right, let's quickly... Oh, shoot. Okay, I thought that was behind the wall next to us. But it wasn't. So that's a plus. Now, I've dealt with most of these. I probably am left with the most difficult one to get. Nope, we don't really want to go all this way around. That's not going to be helpful. Oh, for God's sakes. Right. It seems like you want to fight. Let's oblige you. Didn't really give me much of a choice, dear sir. Yeah, we're gonna have to deal with you. I'm hoping I can get on the wall, basically. That's what I'm kind of going for. I don't really want to go around the edge, just because I have a feeling I might end up falling off the edge. It's really weird how the terrain works in World of Warcraft. I find that certain areas that you should be able to walk, because you can walk on certain sloped areas. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up. Yeah, there we go. So half of that sloped area I could have walked. I walked on, and then on the other half I fell. So it's just what it is. I don't really understand some of these bits of terrain and how they work. Trying to avoid those guards there. So, see what the situation is up this way. I think I'm going in the right direction. Oh, dude, these guys are higher level. This would have been easier if I had someone to help me. Now, I'm going to be stubborn here and attempt to do it by myself, but it is very possible that I might not be able to do it by myself. So I'm just having a look at what I'm dealing with, trying to kind of size up the area. But as you can see, 34, 35, 37s. They're one level higher than us. So sometimes 2, which does mean that I take more damage and do less damage. So, bit of a disadvantage there. I can deal with this guy because the tiger is not something that I'm desperately worried about. It's this guy that I worry more about. Okay, we are getting close to being killed here, but if I can get this Beastmaster dealt with, the tiger should not be that challenging, I don't think. I have, of course, been known to be wrong, so we'll see exactly what happens here. It's going to be tight, but it looks like we can deal with it, so I'm going to have to do some healing here. Okay, so whilst we heal this, I wonder, I think I'm probably going to be in a scenario where I have to do, after every 1 or 2 fights, healing and mana regen through the use of potions and food, which will add to the challenge. I can see that there's also a patrol that's wandering there, so that's going to add to the challenge. We're going to have to pull stuff back. I think, by my calculations, that I should be able to, if I'm careful, pull them one at a time until I get to a point where I get close or on top of the, let's call it artifact that I need to interact with. The only question I have, and this is because I don't remember the area, is what awaits me there. Speaking from experience, or the experience of doing similar quests, enemies in those types of areas tend to be quite clumped together. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how far we can get. I'm going to give it a damn good go, though. It just means it'll be potentially a bit slower, but I'm determined to get this one done. I reckon the XP off of it would definitely benefit me and help me level up quicker, hopefully. Although, saying that, really, I suppose if you're killing things quicker, handing in quests quicker, that's another way of leveling up. I suppose, in my opinion, getting that little extra XP per quest turned in feels like a big achievement, so that's why I go for it. Alright, we've got this dude pulled far enough. We're going to have to start moving mighty quick here because it's only a matter of time before things start respawning on top of us, and I don't want to find myself in a situation where my path of escape is cut off. I think, though, as I progress deeper into this ruin, the so-called path of escape will end up being cut off. In which case, if things go wrong, I'm not gonna be in a good position. So, try and get this headhunter, pull him around the corner before we get the patrol. Or do I wait for the patrol? The problem is if I wait for the patrol, I'm gonna wait for the patrol, but that just means I'm waiting and not killing things. And so I'm giving time for... Oh, there's 2 of them. Alright. Let's see. See what these guys do. So they wait here for a bit. I just wonder if there's a way to break them up. 2 of them will be very tight. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to pull this guy right here, pull him around the corner, deal with him, kind of carve a path into this ruin. It's fine, we can fight you here. So 37. That's enough levels above us to actually make a difference. I'm gonna have to take out this fellow really quickly. See, the other thing I don't know about that patrol is their full patrol path, where they turn around and stuff like that. Okay, now I'm just trying to figure out, whilst I have my drink. Yeah, there we go. Right, I know roughly the time scale for this patrol unit. I think if I can buy myself some time and deal with that blood scalp fellow before I deal with the patrol, I should be fine. It's a good thing that these guys do not want to run away. Now I'm trying to see if I could climb on this. Could I probably cheese it? Probably not. Nope. Yeah, there's no way up here. That's not going to happen. There's no point. I'm not going to waste my time with it. I could alternately try and deal with both of them at the same time. They are a bit close for my liking to the other one, though. So yeah, we're going to wait for them to go down that way. We'll deal with the troll. That's just basically going to the side and then back into the center of the path. And I should be in a good place where hopefully NPCs won't spawn on top of me as I fight that patrol group. Let's pull you back here just in case. Give me a couple of more seconds should I need it. There we go. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. So far, so good. Come on. Come on. Roll over. There we go. Oh. Uses so many resources just to deal with this one dude. So the patrol should be on its way back around, as you saw right there. Things have spawned in on top of us. We have the patrol that's coming. Try and get my mana up. So right now my exit path is cut off. If I try and run off, I will get dazed and hit by many enemies. So I think I'm going to deal with the bigger dude, so the one with the extra level on top of the other. It just makes, to me, I'm going to reduce the damage I take by quite a bit, because that one level does make a difference. So as you saw there, I did also use the dynamite that we got, the stick of dynamite. That did actually help us, if I'm honest. Right, so try and do some damage to this guy. It's really tight, so this could still end up quite bad for me. I mean, as you can see, it's really tight. So after this, I'm going to need to move mighty quick. And the reason for that is going to be mostly the patrol respawning, but then also I have to keep in mind that I will probably, well, I'm currently in a situation where what I killed before will probably respawn on top of me. Oh boy, this is not what I wanted to do. Yeah, alright. Let's see if I can deal with this. Suppose that kind of gives, if I manage to get through this, if I manage to pull through this, suppose that gives me a bit of an option to find a safe place to heal. Because right now, my worry is that not the patrol, but the guy that was here will respawn eventually. So the way I'm going to take this fight on is I'm going to use my melee predominantly. Trying to avoid using spells and save those up for heals, really. The only concern I have here right now is when he rages like this, his damage increases. So now I'm finding myself having to cast more heals. I might have to use this. I'm going to have to use this TNT just to kind of get myself out of the situation. Ooh, that was tight. Oh dear. That was really tight. That was ridiculously tight, to be honest. If I didn't use that grenade, I would have been dead. I wasn't able to sustain that amount of damage that I was taking. But that means that I can actually now continue further and deeper into the ruin. What I'm not bothered about, to be honest, is I don't mind if I die on the way out. All I want to do right now is get to the tablet that we need to interact with and get that quest done. If I die, honest to God, I don't care. If I die on the way out, I will probably chance it and just, you know, take that loss. Okay. So one of the things I'm personally finding somewhat frustrating is the fact that after each fight I need to use mana drinks. Okay, I kind of know how far the patrol came now. I can see, so I think it came up to that top, basically right there where that blood scalp headhunter is. Probably a bit further up, but not by much. So I kind of now know. I'm going off the time it took them to basically get there and kind of get back into line of sight when I was further down the spa. So I'm guessing that's where they stop and turn around. So if I can deal with that blood scalp headhunter and the one above him, and just find some breathing space there, I should be okay. Oh, okay, let's see what you do. Sorry, mate, I can't do that. I can't sneak past them. The disadvantages of being a paladin or a class that can't really stealth, eh? Oh dear. With that said, though, my gear is somewhat outdated for the level that I'm at. And so, as a result, I'm not really doing as much damage as I could be doing. So there's that to keep in mind. You know, I'm not mitigating as much damage as I could be. So, it's just what it is. We just have to deal with what we get given. This is, at the end of the day, my first character here on the server, in the game, really. But once... Oh, there's a patrol there. How far down does he come? Alright, that's not that bad. Yeah, okay, he does a little... Is that patrol, though? So, we'll have the patrol coming from behind us. But I reckon if I'm where that blood scalp witch doctor is, we should be fine. Oh no, hold on a bit. He does seem to come a bit further down. Alright. Now, here's to hoping that... Try and pull this guy down here a bit. Come on. Be brave. You can do it. Yeah. Now here's to hoping that that patrol that I dealt with a couple of NPCs back don't actually come up that high. That's what I'm basing my actions on right now. Now, personally speaking, I could have asked for a group here. And I know that's an option. I know there's a lot of people that do need to do this same quest. I could have asked in the guild. I could have asked for help. I could have found easier ways of doing it. However, the reason I've chosen to do this by myself is because, one, I do want to be challenged. I do like difficult challenges. I find that, you know, as a returning player who still is learning or relearning the mechanics, these types of challenges helps me improve as a player, really. And it also helps me learn the class by putting myself in difficult spots. And so stuff like this I really do like. To me, it's almost like a game of chess. And when I used to play chess, don't get me wrong, I never played it professionally or semi-professionally. I did love playing against other people, but it was one of those games where when I played it, to me, in my mind, it felt like 5 minutes, or I don't know, 10-15 minutes. But when I looked at the clock at the end of it, actually 3 hours had gone by and I didn't feel it. Now we have to keep in mind right now, going back to the game, that the Blood Scalp Witch Doctor does put up a healing ward. Now the question I've got here, can I actually deal with the healing, there we go, yeah, okay. It's going to use a bit of our resources, but I can take down the Witch Doctor with his healing ward up. It does, of course, mean that I use much more in terms of resources just to take him down, so that's something to keep in mind. Good experiment to run, especially seeing as we were out of danger. There is that patrol that I was worried about. Okay, cool. I know I'm in a good spot right now. How good that spot is, well, I don't know. There's a tablet right there. Right there. I think I can make it. I want to make it. So yeah, let's see how this runs. Oh yes, I'm getting excited for a tablet. And it's not even an electronic tablet, it's a tablet that I have to interact with in the game just to get this quest complete. So I'm very happy for it. I'm really excited for it. Now, I know there's a patrol there, so I need to keep my eyes out for that patrol. There he is right there. That's the tablet. That's the guy that worries me. If they were all stationary, I would have found it so much more easier. I need to keep tabs on this guy that's wandering about. So I'm going to have to kind of zigzag across these guys to get to the tablet. The question is, okay, he doesn't... Nope. Hold on a bit. So I'm looking at this Blood Scalp headhunter that is patrolling the area and trying to kind of get a gauge for how long he spends in this position. Oh no, hold on a bit. Okay. Okay. That actually worked out. That is not what I intended to do. But it worked out. It gave me a clearance, or added to my clearance really. Right, so that patrolling headhunter does actually stand there for quite some time, which can be annoying, so I'll have to deal with them as soon as we get a chance really. This guy's a berserker. Oh, I am being really stupid right now. I am choosing to cast my heals quite late. I should not be doing that because I'm quite far into this ruin, and that could be the mistake that ends my run. And right now, things are going to start spawning behind me, so I need to get a move on. We should also be getting the patrol coming back, so I need to pull this guy. That was a bit late. For a second there, I wondered if I pulled the guys down there, but then how would I have gotten to me? I think they could have probably just walked around. So I chose to pull this guy back here because of that wandering patrol. I suppose on the bright side is if we get the guy that we killed here, that was stationed here, respawning on top of us, we kind of have a chance. Kind of. It's going to be tight. It's going to be a coin toss type kind of thing. But yeah, that just basically means I've got 3 of these guys to deal with to get to that tablet. So, you know what? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. These guys just use up my mana like mad. Yeah, I go through mana really quickly just to keep on top. But I do like the challenge. I'm gonna be honest here. I really do like the challenge. I mean, this is what I enjoy about the game. Just having to constantly look over my shoulder here. I wish I had one more of these grenades. Goblin fishing pole. Okay, I guess you could always throw that grenade, a stick of TNT, into a lake and get fish that way. Although that's kind of cheating. I'm also looking at my gear, so we've got a bit of a durability issue where we need to. Oh shoot! That is not what I wanted to do. I have aggroed far too many of these folks. I did not expect to aggro the ones down there. I don't know if I'm going to make it. Don't think I'll be able to. See right there, I got greedy. That's what happened. I'm being hit from down below. And somehow they ended up underneath the map as well. And with that said, my chest broke. This is not a good place to be right now. So I'm gonna need to find a way to deal with this. So right now I just mucked it up right at the end because I got impatient. I could have just continued basically taking out the last two of the guards and the patrol and would have been absolutely fine. To get to the tablet, to get out, I would have probably had to take a death, which I would have gladly paid for, but I thought I could just shimmy along the side of that building, get to the last one next to the tablet, and deal with him and avoid two senseless fights. Did not know that I would aggro the ones at the bottom, and I did not know that they would be able to shoot through walls and get underneath the map, more or less. Which is what it looked like. See right there, if they couldn't shoot through walls, which is what was happening, then I would have been in a good spot. They would have had to go all the way around. They would have lost aggro on me eventually by the time they got to me. Would have made a bit of a difference, I would say. But it's stuff like this that give add to the challenge of the game. So normally this is the path I would have had to have taken. Kind of walk up this path. I went around the back, and the reason I chose to do that is if you go down this path, or up this path really, what happens is you find yourself surrounded. If I go around the edge, you still have an escape route. Here, if things go wrong, really, you don't really have an escape route. Okay, so I could probably jump on top of this. Go around this way. Okay, this guy just spawned here, so that's no way out for me. I need to be careful where I resurrect right now. So if I res here, I think, be in a good place. Nope. Still aggro this dude. Don't know if I'm going to have enough resources to deal with him. In my calculations, I did not think I would be aggroing him. I thought I was far enough. Clearly not. Now this is a berserker, so he's gonna end up doing a lot of damage to me. At what point? Let me see. That's it. That's me out of mana, and really don't have much of a choice. Yeah, there we go. Here's death number 2. Everything's broken. And I guess this is the end of the episode. Join me in the next episode where I will find a way to get through. I am determined to do that. I just right now don't know how to do this. So I'll be looking for a way to get this quest completed. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take a punishment here. So with that said, thank you all for joining me. I do hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to support me on the channel by hitting that like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, until next time, folks, stay safe